How's it going, everyone? I hope you guys are enjoying your Labor Day weekend. I compiled a list of stocks that I am going to talk about. It's going to be on my watch list for September 3rd of that trading week coming up. Yeah, let's just talk about what I'm looking for. These are going to be undervalued penny stocks or setups that I think are due for a move up, and stocks that I'm going to be watching. And as always, if you guys want to know what current stocks I'm in, do join the Discord. The link's down below in the YouTube comments and the description. You can clearly see what strategy I have. I have a lot of education videos to talk about this, but this is just to be aware of the stocks I'm watching. All right, first up and foremost, the one that everyone loves and the one that everyone likes to talk about. It's the most popular of them all, so we can't skip out on HOLO. This is HOLO right here. I talked about this one before, and very nice consolidation in the demands, or very nice move down to the demand zone for a move up. It had an 18% move. Nice gain here. Why did I like this one before, down in this area below the EMAs, which is these middle bands here? The EMA 20 is the blue, the EMA 10 is the yellow, and then the purple is the 5. When price does not hit your EMAs in a long time, especially the EMA 20, you see this big gap right here. Has not hit. This one almost touched it, but price will hit it. The algos will definitely touch it, and that's what we have. And actually, we had a bigger move than we suspected. I mean, look at this move up here. We have from a low of 28 cents all the way up to a high of around 76 cents, making a 160% move. It's very likely this retraces down, so it goes down. And guess where this goes? To the top of this, and or in the bottom of this body here for a support zone. Very nice move down to the demand zone. Look at this, just beautifully played out here. And then it pumps up from there. Now, where does it go from there? I would love to see this really get above this high right here. As you can see, we're in the middle of these two areas here. We literally stopped out right on this candle here, as this is now resistance. So right in here is a big demand zone. It's pretty drastic. That's the problem. 41 cents all the way down to 30. So right in here is accumulation demand zone. We don't know what it's going to do. It can definitely just keep accumulating here for a new move up. I definitely see that happening. So keep HOLO on watch. And as always trade it below the EMAs, as this right here was the area to get in. And when you draw your trend channels, if you're not at the ATR4, which is this area here, this is one of the most biggest buy signals that I look for. And if a stock's not there, but we have massive time distance, anything that don't touch your EMA 20 in 2 months is long. Look at this, guys. We are definitely due for an EMA 20 touch. 604 was the last touch here. And then the current touch is 819. So 704, 804. We had to touch it. 2 months is really long. So what you look for is the trend channel here. As you can see, if you take it down here at the support, it pumps up. Take down the support, pumps up. But we're eventually due for this move up and made 160% from the lows. So congrats to the bulls there on that. The next one I want to talk about, and this one is one of my absolute favorites, and that is MULN. I know it's very heavily diluted. I know it's not a good company, but this thing has religiously made pumps according to this system and has always respected the EMA 20 with massive volume. If you look at the volume we had on 830 was 52 million volume. We've had really nice volume coming in and out of here. So this thing is definitely due for a pump. It definitely has a lot of tension to it. A lot of bears are on it. It's very pessimistic, and those are one of my favorite stocks. I always say buy when price is depressing. The last time I traded this was right in here. And you might ask, well, yeah, why did you trade it? Because it was hitting this bottom band, which is an ATR4. It's extremely oversold pattern, and we have not touched the EMA 10 in quite some time. And look what happens is we get very close to the 10. We don't touch it, but we get very close, and then we plummet down. But we already made massive returns on this 20% candle, and then we wait patiently, and we wait till around this area here. I got in a little earlier. I had about a 32-cent average, but it did not matter, as this pumped all the way up to around the 57 cents. And if you look at this massive move up we made for the Discord members, this thing was up, a massive 150%. One of my best trades here last month. And then again, we did not hit the EMA 20. So we have to then think of, okay, so the mission is not complete. Remember, when price hits the EMA 20, the mission is complete and it can do whatever the heck it wants, but we know for certain a reversion to the mean is going to happen. Our last touch on the EMA 20 is 5/31. The current date is 9/2. That is over 3 months. So I firmly believe, you know, if we're trading it, and I draw this trend channel here, you can see where we have resistance and support. Right here's resistance at the top. Right here is going to be your support. When price gets close to that, we can barely firmly see that this should act as support, and it should go back up to the upper trend channel, and at the very least, this EMA 20. If we do the data price point and you act like, okay, you know, if you're getting in where my entry is, well, what's the percentage gains we're looking at? Just to the top of the trend channel, you're getting a 77% gain. I repeat, 77% gain. To the EMA 20, you're getting 150% return. So this one has the best probability of the risk versus reward. I'm willing to take a shot at this, guys. You guys know my entries in the Discord. You guys know what I'm looking for. So, like I said, join it. But I'm just talking about the stocks I'm watching. This one I am currently in. I see this one going up. MAXN, this one I was patiently waiting on, and this is what I kind of really, I just want to show you guys this one. As you can see, when price hit the EMA 20, the algos took it down, and this happens all the time. Right here, it touched the EMA 20, has a long upper wick, so it means sellers are in control, and then it just comes shooting back down. A lot of people who did take this gain or got into position are down pretty bad because they didn't know this rules here. And if you bought from here and now the price is down to here, you're looking at a 60, not a 66. From here, you're looking at a 47% loss right there. But as you can see, same thing with MULN that I'm looking at, and same thing with HOLO we've seen. Price will touch the EMA 20. Last touch was 529, and it touches it to a T right in here at 819, 629, 729. I mean, that was about two months and a couple weeks. So price will do it. Price has to do it. Algos control the market, and as you can see, then they can take it to wherever they want. I will be watching this lower band here. I'm not sure if it gets there. I'm pretty sure reverse split is definitely going to happen, so I'm going to keep this one on my radar. When it happens, I would love to get into it because this one has massive volume. Look at the volume on this thing. There's a lot of attention. There's a lot of, you know, opportunities on it, but we got to be patiently waiting. We got to make sure we're away from the EMA 5 first. That's our first target. Once we get away from there, I wait about 5 daily candles. Are we close to here? If we're not, then what do we do, guys? We draw our trend channel. What is the trend channel looking like? Well, here's the current trend channel for MAXN. I can barely see that we're going to have resistance here, support here, support here. So if you were looking for a nice short-term entry to make a nice gain, right in there is your entry here. You accumulate if it goes a little under. As long as it stays in this channel, the wicks or the daily candle goes right back in the channel, then it's a nice opportunity. And you can look at what is your risk versus reward. Well, if it goes back to the upper trend channel, you're looking at a 53% return. Just to the middle, you're looking at 25%. I like this. I'll be watching it. Lots of volume. But obviously my best setups are going to be at this bottom band here with the trend channel and massive time distance. So that's MAXN. Let's keep an eye on it. EJH, I did break even on it. I'll be looking at this one next week. Now, let me tell you, this is one of the strategies I do like to do. EMA 5, that's the purple band here. This is a very short-term trade. It's more riskier than the others, but a lot of the times price will hit it, and if it doesn't hit it in about 7 daily candles, then I try to look at it. This is a China stock, so it's going to be more riskier in that sense. But as you can see, the EMA 5 was touched on 8/13. We haven't touched it all the way since the current date is 8/30. So if you can count these candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 candles, daily candles since we have touched this EMA 5. So if we get any type of move down to this lower trend channel here, I would love to take this. Because, you know, if we go down here and then we go back up to this EMA 5, that's a 40%. It'll probably head on to this middle channel at 28%. This right here is a very conservative gain you can get. I'm just watching. I know it's definitely due for this. Just to the EMA 5 here is a 10%. So I'm going to eye this. This is one of my favorite ones. I think it's for an EMA 5 type play. I'm going to eye that one. WTO is the one everyone's talking about too. This massive red candle. So a lot of retail traders are like, holy crap, I got to get it. I got to buy this thing. It's so discounted. And what happens is they buy this thing all the way down. Somebody has 70 cents, 50 cents, 30 cents, 20 cents, and they don't know the absolute bottom. You have to let this play out. WTO had this big red candle. Do we just buy right away? No. But obviously this candle right here, I know it says 6%, but if you look at the intraday lows, this thing had made massive returns. So if you're looking at the 15-minute candle, this thing can make good returns. Look at this. It went from 5 cents to 13 cents, 157% return in literally a couple hours. This thing is definitely to be put on watch because it has massive volume. It, 386 million volume is not something to blink at. So I'm definitely watching this. I don't think it's going to get to the ATR4. That's a negative thing. This one's more for a day trading thing. If I see the 5-minute anywhere close to the ATR4, as you can see right here, it gets here and then it pumps up. Right in here, it gets close and then it pumps up. And then this was one of my favorite setups. Look how close this got. And then it decides to pump up literally 60% gains in a matter of 20 minutes. This thing can make you massive money, guys. Do not ever put a a massive volume stock out of your watch list. I think this one is definitely due for a move up. As long as you trade it at, properly. I love to look at time distance. Remember, time distance works in the same thing. Price has to revert to the mean in a smaller time frame. If you're looking at the 5-minute and it hasn't touched this EMA 20 in a while and it's close to the ATR4, then price is going to head on up over there. All right, so let's keep that one on watch list. MLGO, this one has a lot of talks on it. I'm trying to figure this one out. This one is extremely hard to figure out. As you can see, it had this massive pump to $25, and it has literally haven't had any really substantial move up. It's just been a ski slope side of the biggest, down slope I've ever seen. The last time we touched the EMA 20 was 708. The current data is 902. So we're getting close to the 2 months mark. I am liking it a little more now to the EMA 20 as we're getting closer here. We're almost at 2 months. If we go to the EMA 20, you're looking at 142% gain. So that's very nice gain area. But this is the trend channel I'm drawing. This is the trend channel I like. As you can see, we can go a little above it, but we come back in. There's your support right in here, support right in here. And there's plenty of touches to confirm that resistance here. This is your support. This is your support. So what would I like to see for MLGO? I would like to see it touch this bottom trend channel around 31 cents. It's going to keep fluctuating. So don't, just because I say 31 cents, that's a buy. You got to absolutely look at this trend channel as price goes down. As you can see, this line goes down. So I'm watching MLGO. Short-term target would be your EMA 10. If we took it down here to the EMA 10, that's a 62% gain. Let's just say it goes to the EMA 10 right away. You're looking at around a 38%. So this one is definitely good because, one, it has lots of volume. I love volume. I love big time distance away from the EMA 20. We're not yet at the ATR4, so that's why we got to draw our trend channel. So keep this one on watch. BJDX. I've seen a lot of talk on X about this, and rightfully do so. This one has 3 million volume the last day it traded. If we look at the EMA 20, the last touch was 624, and look at this. It hasn't touched since 8:30, so 724. Wow. The more I'm doing this, so 620, 624, 724, 824. We're past that 2 months. This one thing is due. So what I say? If we're not near this bottom band here, it's not a AAA plus setup. So we have to draw what is the trend channel, as this is the only way to get an accurate price point. This is going to be very hard because, as you can see, where do you want to draw it? I personally think a very short trend channel like this is going to make sense for this. This is a very hard one to do. As you can see, if you're just randomly buying, you're going to get wrecked in here. This is where you clearly have support, and you really just got to take these quick bounces. This is really not really a good setup to over here. But since it has massive time distance, it's something I have to watch for. If it does close all the way down here, just to the upper trend channel is giving you 40% returns. Who would not take those returns? And as you can see, it's consistently been going through there. I would like to see a price down here, and we'll see if it goes there. It's definitely due for the EMA 20. As you can see, this blue band has not yet touched in over 2 months, so it's due for that. BJDX is on high alert. XPON, if you like sub 10-cent stocks, this is the one I'm going to recommend. As you can see, what I like about XPON is not the EMA 20, even though there's long distance, but this thing has not touched the EMA 10 since 7/25, guys. The current date is September 2nd. Anything that don't touch the EMA 10 in 1 month is long. Obviously, penny stocks kind of do their own thing a little, and they could take a little longer, but they will touch. 7/25 to 8/25 is 1 month. And so we're past 1 month mark on this. Let's look at this one. Sub 10-cent stock to make you massive money. Here's your trend channel. You have the upper band, you have clear resistance here, clear support here. And look at this. I posted this on X that I was bullish right in here. It touched the lower trend. And how conveniently it pumped up from here. If you look at from this pump just up to here, that was a 10% return. Can it get more? Absolutely. It can go to this upper trend for 21%. But what we're looking for is this EMA 10, which is around 37%. Obviously, I tell all my members, when you're up 10%, scale some out and keep scaling as price goes up. And then put a stop loss right where your entry is. That way, if it does decide to hit this lower trend channel again, you can get in again. XPON is definitely a good one. It has 5 million volume the last day it traded. It has definitely good volume, and I had no doubt this should hit that EMA 10. LICY is a very interesting stock I want to talk about. This one I am currently in. You guys that are in my Discord, you know the entry I'm in. You know what I'm targeting. But look at LICY. It's kind of like XPON, but it's a little more extreme. Has lesser volume compared to XPON, so do keep that in mind. The last trading day, it had 813,000. It's not like terrible, but it's not like really good. But remember, low volume stocks can make the biggest pumps, so do keep that in mind. LICY, the last time it touched to a T, you can clearly see it didn't touch here, but to a T, we touched right here. Right here was the last touch at 7:01. The current date is 9/2. That's 8:01, 9:01. We are at 2 months of not touching the EMA 10. So, obviously, you've got to properly accumulate. I never go all in one size. So when price hits this ATR4, you accumulate, and then if it goes lower and lower, I do 4 accumulation adds. That way I stay in line with this EMA 10. This EMA 10 right here has a price to go up for about 29%. So 29% you can go up to the EMA 10, to the EMA 20 is about a 60% return. Obviously, I'm just going to target the EMA 10 as a very conservative 10 to 20% gain I'm looking for. So this one, if you're a conservative type player that you are at the ATR4, this is bottom band. You have massive time distance to the EMA 10. The only downside is it doesn't have as much volume, but do keep this one on watch for you guys, okay? GWAV is definitely an interesting one. If you're looking for an EMA 20 type play, this one is definitely on watch. It's been very stubborn for me. But as you can see, the last time we touched was back in 528. So 628, 728, 828. You're past 3 months. Kind of like that MULN type play. But as you can see right in here, when you draw your trend channel, it's very consolidating. It's definitely due for a move up to this 10. And just from here to up there, you're looking at a 35% return. I definitely think it's due. I think it's going to get hit next week. So I like this kind of pattern here. A lot of people get frustrated, but we haven't broke out of this pattern. I think we're due for the upside. It's a very nice consolidation. Obviously, if you're looking to get in or add to it, I would be looking at this lower trend channel, as that's going to give you the best buy entries, and then the EMA 20. If you're patient, this thing is could give you a nice 10 to 20, 30% returns. Sing is definitely one to not blink an eye on. This thing has ran 40% the last time I made a video on it. As you can see, look at this massive move up, literally in a, just a couple, like an hour time frame. It went up about 65% from the lows. I mean, that is insane. Look at that. And then of course it dumps. But are we surprised? All pennies usually pump and dump. People take their position out, and rightfully do so. The reason why I like Sing is because, one, it has nice volume. It's always good to see nice volume, but we haven't touched this EMA 5. We had this reverse split 1 for 100. Usually you get a pump. We've never really had it. We come plummeting down here. You would have never taken it here because you're too close to the EMA 5. Not much room up. Like I said, for EJH, you want to make sure you have room up. But then we come plummeting down here. But what I like most about this that I didn't talk about all the rest is when you hover over this current candle on 830, look at the KDJ. Look at the KDJ at the stochastic oscillator down below, this yellow line here. Look at this. This thing is sitting at a 1.61. That is extremely, I repeat, extremely oversold. This will never go to 0. I rarely see any stock go under 2 on a K on the KDJ. So if you might ask, well, what the heck does that mean? That just means you're expected for a very short-term bounce. It could be 10%, could be 20%, could be 30%, or like last time, a 60% bounce. Obviously, scale out when you make money. 10% scale out. Another, keep scaling out, put a stop loss. But this is due for an EMA 5, and if you just go to the EMA 5, you're looking at a 153% move. So this one is definitely a really good EMA 5 type play. We haven't touched it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Anything that don't touch in 7 days is long, so we definitely do for that. We have nice volume. We have extremely low K on the KDJ, so I think we're going to hit it soon. All right, guys, this is my watch list coming in. I've discussed a lot. If you guys really want to join the premium Discord, here's your chance to do it. Click the link down below in the YouTube comments and in the description. It will take you to this free chat landing page. All you have to do is hit the server shop on the top left. Right in here, I offer 2 services, swing trading and day and swing trading plus. For $12 a month, you get access to all my education, future knowledge, my live streams that I go live for you guys, my RTK journal that has an over 95% win ratio on both swing trades and day trades, and just a constant community that literally will do the same strategy and then are learning things just like this. It's a really nice thing. So $12 a month. If you subscribe on your computer, it's a flat rate. If you do it on your phone, you'll pay a little more, but it's probably one of the best investments you're gonna think ever have. I wish I had this when I was back in the day. I would buy every dip. I'm always been a person that likes to buy undervalued stocks and sell for a higher price, right? Because when something pumps, it gets scary. It can, rug pull you at any moment. But with this system, we clearly know what our price targets are. And there's a video to set up your chart like this. We clearly know when it hits this ATR4, this is extreme territory. If we're not there, we draw our trend channels. We look at our KDJ. And we just really know where price has to go. Because one thing we're certain about is price has to revert to the mean. And with all these stocks here that I discussed, I think these are all good stocks to watch. So $12 a month, get access to everything. I think you guys are going to love it. Over 4,000 members trust this system. I think you guys are going to like it. And I'll see you guys in the Discord if you want to join. If you guys like this video, give a like, subscribe, comment. Let me guys know if you like this video, and I look forward to next week. Happy Labor Day weekend, and let's make some money together. Peace out.